What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's WHITEBOYRADIO right down there. You can subscribe. If it's your first time here, go ahead and smash the subscribe, man. There is a little blue join button there for members. Shout out to each and every members who are going to see this video first, along with all the other perks I provide. But a lot of content comes that way. Look, before we get into this video, I want to go ahead and give myself a shout out. I drop a lot of content for one, and I just want to say, man, I don't know what channels you're subscribed to. It's your YouTube history, and it's your preference, okay? I have no clue. But if it happens to be in this said genre, think about this for a second. Who talks about what's happening in the world, okay? Who makes videos about it? Who goes into detail about it? Who's sticking up for the unspoken? And I want to give myself a shout out for that, because I am. Okay, being said that, man, when you stop over here to this channel, I try to take your mind away from the worldly stuff and what's happening all around, so you get a little break of it. But you should recognize, appreciate, and support people that actually push back against the nonsense, man. And for that, shout out to Big Matt. And one more quick thing before we go any further. Look, you see the YouTube studio, it's coming along. Okay, I got props. It's not 100% done, but I mean, we got all types of stuff going on. Okay, look, where's the sponsors at? Gatorade. I'm just saying, man, I could rock this easy, and if I'm sticking up for bigger things, then you have a loyal partner over here. I'm just saying. Okay, moving along. Damn, I make black look good. Nobody else is doing it. Okay, look, dude tries to shank me. Okay, I know how the title seems, so don't get too excited. True story, but very almost comical. Okay, so before I get into the actual story, let me give you the story before the story, if you will. I'm in jail at this time. He's a little Spanish dude. If I had to guess, I'd say Mexican, and I'm only saying Mexican, and no dig, no cut downs here, but the dude was super short. When I tell you he was 4 foot something, that's what it was, okay? And we were arguing in the dorm. Now, anybody who's done time before, you have probably gotten into one of these arguments. Inside of prison, jail, incarcerated setting, you have people jumping in conversations, okay? Talking about somebody interrupting you, man, it's every day. And I was literally talking about the epidemic of oxys, okay? And the argument was, we were locked down at nighttime, okay? This is an open bay jail setting. It wasn't even in prison. And it was the trustee dorm as well. What I was doing is I was simply debating with a black dude, okay, that white boys ran, okay, the blues. Everybody, I'm not going to get into blues. Everybody knows about blues. And there's going to be a video coming up here of me literally working security at a viral YouTube video, the Oxycodone Express. If you've watched it, hey, your boy's in it, okay? But we'll get there. Anyway, I'm having an argument, a debate with this guy, okay? And I'm saying white boys run the blues. Meaning, look, it's simple, man. When, I don't know where you're from, but especially if you're from Florida, man, they used to call us the blue capital of the world, especially Fort Lauderdale. Man, back in the day, literally, you could load up a van with a whole bunch of people that every day spend their money on blues, and they can't save enough money up. And all you did was you go sponsor them. You could load up the van, okay, and pay $200 for him to see the doc, $200, $200, $200, $200. You have to spend some money that day, and then you have to wait for everybody to go see the doc, get their script, put them back in the van, drive to the pharmacy, pay for all those scripts. Okay, moral of the story is you're sponsoring. Okay, so since you're paying for everything, you get most of it. Okay, and then you drive back home, you dump everybody off. Okay, you have a whole bunch of stuff, and only because you had money. You're going to turn, in general, you're going to turn when you get back and you have, X amount from him, X amount from him, X amount. You turn around and you flip them, okay? So that was my argument with this black guy. And the black guy was saying that, of course, nah, man, I'll be getting these bases, man. I'll be sponsoring them. I'm like, bro, that's exactly what I'm saying. But so it was a kind of like white dudes run it versus black dudes that run it. Okay. Now I was never talking to him. Okay. On a usual basis, I was talking to my buddy, R.I.P. Buds, rest in paradise. He's passed away. Okay. But the epidemic got the best of him. Okay. I was speaking to him. And the black dude interrupted, and now I find myself having to argue him when I didn't even want to talk to him in the first place, but now we're arguing. In the midst of me arguing with him, this little Mexican dude, Spanish guy, don't know if he was Mexican or not, starts selling out, okay, arguing with me, okay? And listen, there's a point when you have, when you're exchanging words with people in a dorm, it's one thing to argue, but when the decibel level gets to a certain level, when you're more or less like yelling back and forth, and then after that, it's always the same recipe, words get exchanged. And look, the dude was small, man. I'm telling you, he was 4 foot nothing, okay? 4 foot nothing, and he had to weigh maybe 115 to 125 pounds. I mean, if he was soaking wet in concrete, okay, that's what he weighed, okay? I get no points for putting my hands on this dude, okay? It's actually bad for me to put my hands on this dude, but the fact of the matter that he jumped in, got in our business, and then he called me an F-boy, okay? That's just a no-go in an incarceration setting, okay? You know, it's not like a troll coming by here and leaving F-boy in the comments, because you can't do nothing to a troll. You don't know where they're at. But when you're in prison, when you're in any incarcerated setting, okay, there's certain words that you have to do something about, okay? You just cannot let them words get fly by, okay? Examples of the words would be white dude calling a black guy the N-word, okay? Vice versa. But vice versa, that role, but black guy saying, you PAC, okay, you have to go, okay, your mama stuff is forsaken in incarceration land, okay, you have to go. F-boy, the B word, you have to go, okay. So the simple fact that this dude called me an F-boy, I'm just like, man, why? I was real aggravated because I get no points for this, okay. But he not only did that, okay, he proceeded then to say, oh, I got something for you in 120 in the morning. 120 was a private room, okay, that you could that would swing open, okay. So I'm in a trustee dorm. For work call, I've explained this in the video Horrors of the Kitchen. You walk down when work call is called. You walk down to the chow hall, cafeteria, whatever you want to call it. And you know, there's all types of stations in there, but there's a little door. It was used for the correction officer's staff, like quick meetings. You know, if you don't know about this, when shift change comes in the correction land, you know, you have one set of officers, of guards, okay, they're leaving, okay, and the next set is coming in, okay. That's usually when count times are all around the states. Now, right after one set leaves and the next set comes in, okay, they have to have a quick briefing, okay, real quick. It's usually done by lieutenant to lieutenant, sergeant to sergeant. They're just all it is. They're lacing the staff up of what's happened on the institution, whether what this inmate has got into it. This inmate, keep an eye on this dorm. There's gang beef, whatever it is. You get the picture. That's where this was at. But it was always left open for those shift change and whatnot. But inmates will utilize and see everything. That's why really it doesn't matter what's set up on these prison channels, because an inmate is always going to find a way. It's MacGyver times a million. But it was open, and he basically, when he's selling me out, he's like, I got something for you in 120. So I'm like, man, he called me an F-boy, okay? I'm already aggravated. I had to put my hands on this dude. Now he's really threatened me. He's going to do something to me, okay, other than fighting, because he's small, okay? So fast forward, next day comes. I'm real aggravated about the situation because, look, let's just take the little guy out of it for a second. Look, there's times where you take it to this level when you're incarcerated, when somebody crosses that line with you, and it's a lot of weight to carry because you have to act. Okay, there's no way the words got exchanged, okay, and he literally brought it to the next level. So the weight was already on my shoulders by exchanging the Forsaken word, but now he brought it to another level. So I have to do something, okay? It's just a lot of it's a lot to take in, to say the least, because all eyes are on me, okay? What's Matt gonna do? Is he gonna handle that? And you have to, man, you have to. It's just the way it is. So I go to work call, and this dude is mean mugging, you know, and it was driving me crazy because I'm like, this dude, he couldn't have meant that. He in my head, I'm like playing this back. I'm like, why did he do it? Why did he say it? Okay, what type of drugs is he on? Like, could he really think he could whoop me? But look, the dude was you know, he was black Spanglish, whatever it is. He's you know, Spanish wanna be black, okay? But meat potatoes. He's walking around. He's got mean mug on. He keeps looking at me. He keeps grilling me. So I'm just like, man, F this, man. So I'm like, hey, man, tighten up, man. So I swing open 120. I get in there, and he walks in, okay? And then you have a dude. There's a set of benches right outside this door, okay, where it's like a break area for inmates, and people were already had eyes on us both. So I remember this one black dude when the little dude walks in, the black dude catches the door, okay? He's on the bench, but he catches the door, and I can see nothing but eyes. I'm like, man, great. This kid walks in, and I'm like, bro, what? And we start exchanging words. I'm like, bro, what are you thinking, bro? And then as I'm walking up to him, I'm towering over this guy. I'm telling you, he's 4 foot nothing. I'm towering over him, and he reaches out in his sock, and he grabs not just a pencil, but one of those little tiny pencils. With the rubber lead in it, they're about this big. It's like, I guess they're you know, kindergarten safe or something. Literally, when he's holding it, a tiny piece of lead is hanging out. And in my head, I'm like, this dude, he don't have all his marbles. Like what is that gonna do? And I literally start laughing. I'm like, are you gonna stab me with that? And he's just like, man, I'm telling you, man, SA. I just slap the dog crap out of this kid. Open hand, like open hand, something that you would do to your child if he talked back. Bah! Slap the dog crap out of him, and then he flew back. I mean, if I would have hit this kid, I probably would have put him in a coma or something. He flew back, and that was it, man. He didn't come charging with me with the little pencil, and I just proceeded to sell him out, but straighten him at the same time. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot for saying that. What are you going to do? I basically, at this point, and I'm telling him, you literally said you're going to cause harm to me. You walk in here with a kindergarten pencil. Like, what is that going to do if you hit me with it 90 times? You wouldn't even break skin. You wouldn't even break my skin one at a time. I'm like, how dumb can you get? I'm just selling him out. It's more or less like I'm a perfect example is what I just said. You're yelling at a little kid. I mean, that's what I felt like. I felt like Papa. And I just sold him out, man. And it was the weirdest thing because I carried all the stress on my shoulders for having to do something. I didn't really fight the dude. I just open hand slapped him. And the brothers were laughing. They're like, oh, Matt snapped, man. He slapped the dog. You could hear it, but I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, that is done with. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's a lot to carry around with, even on a little dude, you know? I don't want to do that to the dude. But, you know, I want to drop this one because I've said this in previous videos. Look, when it comes to locking the socks that you hear on these channels, when it comes to shanks, man, look, they're all not the best things in the world, okay? You could have... You know, listen, on this story, we're talking about a shank. Listen, that's not going to do anything. If you pull something out on somebody, you have to use it too. I mean, look, shanks, when I had one in prison, man, it was a piece of a bunk bed, okay? A big steel bunk bed, okay? A piece of steel off that, and we sharpened it down. We got tape off the maintenance man. We taped it for a handle, okay? And kept that thing real good. And it was if it went in you, okay, you were going somewhere, okay? You were going somewhere, okay? But I would never have a pencil this big, okay, and run my mouth behind it. You just wouldn't find it, okay? Another example is locking the socks, man. Look, people don't know how to make them, okay? If they're made right, okay, it's all about the swing. Like, you can make a lock in the sock, but if you swing it too wide, you're leaving yourself wide open. It's just you have to know how to make these things, okay? Just because you're watching movies and you catch a bid, don't run up on somebody with a pencil this big. I'm trying to tell you. So just understand that when you hear these channels talk about shanks and locking the socks, there's ways to make things, okay? There really is. I've seen tattoo videos on this tattoo gun tutorials on this genre. I would never get that on me. I mean, look at my ink and look at some of the guys that are doing these channels. I'm just saying, I can make black look good, even ink look good. But hey, look, it's White Boy Lockdown Radio. Until the next one, Gatorade, where y'all at, man? I need sponsors, man. I need sponsors. White Lightning, I drink it all the time. Look, the studio's coming. My members, shout out. Let's get it, man. Until the next one, man. Stay safe, stay out, stay solid. Keep your mind away from this drama, man. Share the video, like it, comment, and I appreciate you, man. We're getting up there towards a better channel with the numbers. I told y'all a long time ago this channel ain't going nowhere, man. And I hope people see it now. And salute to you. Who said white boys can't jump? Subscribe, gotchas.